Stacey J, and this is my studio. I wanted to do this vlog for a bit of time now, and what I want to do is show you my fabric haul. What's happened between 2 phone calls and starting this vlog is action outside. Okay, so they are checking the brakes on Lily's car. She's not allowed to learn how to drive until the brakes are fixed. I am wearing one of my little pop over tops and a singlet underneath because you can see it, and my jeans that when I started making the jeans, the ripped hole jeans, I want to actually sell them online when I get a channel to sell. I don't know how to do any of that. I have a friend that can help me, and they will, I hope. Anyway, so we were practicing stripping colour out of jeans. When I say we, I mean Mr. Christopher and I. And he got some bleach. He works at the Te Rapaha pools, and he knows about bleach. So he purchased some bleach, and we bleached some of the denim. Only I found that the denim has holes in this side on my wedge that I'll show you. You know, I'll show you. I'll put you down on the ground and I'll show you my legs. Woo! There's my legs. Oh, I've got my pink slippers on. Excuse that. So look, there's a holy woly and my little embroidery, which is really Sakimoto, to be fair. Oh, I've got to stop saying to be fair. What is to be fair about? Why do I say that? Anyway, someone's just popped in and out. Anyway, so he's just yelled out, she's recording. So I guess I'm going to save that one to last. Right. So as I mentioned previously, I went and got my stitches out on Friday, and we stopped in at Spotlight to get some green chiffon to finish off the skirt part of the ball dress, which she loved. So stoked. Even more stoked it's out of my room. And there's Mabel crying. Gotta love it. He stuck the crying dog in my house. Stand by. Right. I just got rid of the dogs. And apparently they are biting the jack. So, fabrics. What was I saying? Oh yeah, went and got the green fabric. So we went to Spotlight, and Mum decided, I think you've heard the story anyway, Mum decided she was going to go and have a look at the cheap area because they chucked some stuff on for sale. And I was looking for the green chiffon. So I hunted the green chiffon, found Mum in the cheap area, and Nek Minuit. Actually, I'm going to link the Nek Minuit thing because that's a Kiwi thing about a boy who went into a dairy on a bike. Went into the dairy, come out, Nek Minuit, the bike. Anyway, I'll link it. So one of the first ones I found, and I found this is, I don't know why it grabbed me. It seems very, it's not at all, but it seems a very Aboriginal print. A little bit. Tell me I'm wrong, Hayley, okay? So there, can you see how I would get that? And it's got those beautiful earthy colours. Now, I've watched you guys hang things on the mannequin. So Queenie's going to hold this stuff for us while I talk about it. So I got 5 meters of this because, you know, I don't know what I'm making with it. It's better to not run out, yeah? So maybe a Fernbird dress. I know I found that amusing, but maybe it's going to be a Fernbird dress. Could you imagine that as a Fernbird dress? Actually, that would be quite pretty as a Fernbird dress. Okay, that's it. So I'm going to make a Fernbird dress. Shed loads left over. So I'm going to, I've got shed loads left over. I think it's only 112 wide. Yeah, it's only 112 wide. Not very wide. So, but wide enough. Wide enough for a Fernbird. I was going to say something of height importance. No, I'm not. I'm not going to say anything of height importance. So that's 5 meters of that. So I think that was $6 a meter. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Then I'm going to go pull them all out so I know which ones I want. I'm just going to keep some a secret a little bit more. Oh no, they're all pretty. They're all pretty. It's lucky, eh? I remember this one time I'd come over from Australia to see my nana, well, my parents, because they were here. And I went and saw my nana, and I told her I had this boyfriend, and she said, oh, is he nice? And the sarcasm in me wanted to turn and say, well, no, Nana, I only go out with horrible boys. Little did I realise that I actually did in the past. You know, the naughty boy syndrome. Anywho, I digress. So I will show you this one next. It feels rather stiff, but I reckon it's going to wash up softer. But look at the blues. We all know I'm a blue girl. If you know me, you love me as a blue girl, right? So look at that. You know what that would make. Awesome Fernbird dress. Yeah. I only got 2 meters of that. I think I got 2 meters of that again. It's 150. So that's 1.5 meters. Maybe 2.5 meters. That might have been $12 a meter. I'm not going to fold it up. I know I do that every time, mate. I fold while I'm talking to you. So that's that blue. And then there was this blue, which you kind of have to make sure that you don't use the other side isn't seen. It's a bit of a stretch to this. So it's, ooh, bit of a 4-way stretch. So obviously I've not studied the fabric before I bought it. So check out this one. This is a pretty colour. Oh my. Oh my, it's very pretty. Very, very pretty. I think that was $10 a metre. Reduced down from like 24 or something. But isn't that pretty? Could you see that as a Fernbird dress? No. I am seriously kidding, okay? Not everything in my wardrobe's got to be a Fernbird dress. But you got to admit, I obviously like the pattern. But that's just such a nice acre blue, and it's just so it's heavy, but it's quite drapey. You know what I mean? A heavy drape. Oh, heavy drape. I don't know why I do that every time I get on the thing onto you. I have a little inside hiccup. I don't know which one to show. I'll show you this one because it's slightly out of character of me. It's 100% cotton, and it's called Kitty's in the Garden, or Kitty's Garden. Now, I'll probably make something for my friend Johnsy out of this. Have I got it upside down? No, I got the pussies up the right way. There we go. So Pussy's in the Garden. No, Kitty's in the Garden. God. Yeah, Kitty's Garden. It's a little bit of a stretch. Mind you, I've not got it on the grain line. I think it's quite nice. I reckon. Do you reckon I could make a shirt out of that? Wouldn't that be different? You know what I like about making my own clothes is that I'm unique. I unique up on you. Yeah, so Kitty's in the Garden. Or a Fernbird dress. Just saying. This is the last one I got from Spotlight. And this one is called, it's from Elizabeth's Studio, never heard of her, and it's called Nothing. It's got no name. It's a no-namer. It's pattern 18000. I can't give names like Adam can. And I can just throw out the names of things. Look at this. It's directional. Now listen to them giggling. They're changing brake pads. Look at that. Oh, that is so cute. I just like, you know what I want to do? Make a wall hanging of it. I don't know why, because I don't have wall hangings. I'm looking at all the things. Aren't they just, oh, it's just so tropical. It reminds me of when I lived in the islands. Imagine if that was on like a different colour background. Cutaway, you guys call it, isn't it? Just how tropical that would be. So those were my Spotlight purchases. So that was really awesome. But before we went to Spotlight, we went to the fabric warehouse because Mum had to change over some fabric. She had a glitch in the threads. Stephen said that it was probably a dust when they were colouring it, and it just locked in a couple of spots. Awesome customer service. He said, well, there's only one thing to really do, is make you happy. So what if I give you, and gave her some fabric to cover, you know, that area, and he goes, and if you lay it out and it doesn't work, come back and see us and we'll give you a refund. Or amazing customer service, really, really brilliant. Highly love the fabrics that come out of this place. So, and as Hayley would say, Russell, 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 she sent me Russell. So I saw a fabric and I decided to shout myself a fabric. And it's not the fabric that's the $40 a metre piece, because I didn't go back to get that. And now Mum's seen that I want that. But $40 a metre, I'd be so precise with what I wanted. The coach, my big coach with the big roses and things on it, that was $40 a metre. But this is, I think it's a linen, silk linen or something. It's a whole ton of $40 a metre. I found this. And I don't know, I just loved it. And Mum turned around and said, what are you making? To which I responded, I don't know. But, yeah, I got 2.5 metres of that. And the receipts in my bag as well. And I just got some little, I have, like, you know, the counter candy that's always at the counter at the supermarket. And the kids always go, no, I'll buy some candy. Well, they have that there, and they have this. I got some buckles, just if I'm making like a duffel bag. You know how you flip them up, and because I've got grommets, little wee grommets that will definitely suit those. So I just got a couple of bags or $1 each at the counter. So that was all fun. So I got a couple of bags of those as well. So that's not the fabric, all the fabric I've hauled in the last that I've not shown you. But that was Friday's episode. So, I mean, if I made a Fernbird dress, I could have like a red frill around it. But I don't know. I don't know what I want to make with this one. I did love it. I do love it. I do love it. So I'm just going to, oh, a noisy bunch out there, aren't they? I don't know what they're doing. Something to do with brakes. I've got 2 learners in the house now. Samuel, my boy, and Lil's. So Lily is 19 soon, and Samuel is 17 soon. You can get your license at 16 in this country. Your learners, that is. That's how on the go. When I was in Aussie, man, I'll tell you, I got my license as soon as I could. Places are few and far between in Australia, and you have to get there, you know, better than trying to catch a bus, which takes you a couple of hours. Anyway, so I'm going to go get this other fabric, which I had around the corner, so I didn't trip over it before I showed you guys. Stand by.
Are you doing a video? It's alright, pads are fine. It's just sitting for so long, I think the discs were a bit rusty. It's just shaking it off. Like and subscribe and share.
I don't think I need to introduce that person to you. That's Mr. Christopher. Anywho, so that last fabric with the what's that thing called? Sorry, Russell again. The colour here, what's that called? I want to say Michigan green. It's like an army green. This fabric was from the Fabric Warehouse. I'm going to put the fabric, the Fine Cloth Company down as well in the links below. They're like a brother-sister company, well actually the husband-wife company. So Stephen basically runs the Fabric Warehouse. I'm going to get this wrong. And Tracy's the one who runs the Fine Cloth Company. Now, we don't have anyone in this country that I'm aware of. Anyone can correct me, please, 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 please. That does bespoke boxes, and there's nothing worse than being one of the countries that has the worst exchange rate. Purchase something from overseas. I'd love to get something from the pink be on the pink door. Yeah, I'd like to get something from there, but the exchange rate's horrific. I have purchased from the Dahlia Society. My first box should be showing up, and I should be getting very excited about that, and I'm going to do a unboxing. But one of the things I did last evening, I actually mentioned it to Stephen on Friday in regards to bespoke boxes. Does, you know, the Fine Cloth Company do that? And he goes, oh, you have to speak to Tracy. So I found Tracy's details, and I have contacted her. Hands up if you'd be keen, especially Kiwi Aussie girls, in getting a bespoke box from New Zealand orientated, Kiwified. Anyway, I'll update you guys on that anyway, because Tracy's going to get back to me. She's currently in Auckland visiting family, so let's hope she's putting on better weather than we're going to put on for my brother who's coming in from Brisbane. Brr, I might want to take a jacket for him to put on when he gets out of the airport. Right, so enough of that talk. Let's go on to what I purchased from Moreland's Fabrics, which is also known as the Fabric Clearance Shed. Moreland's Fabric sounds so much nicer, doesn't it? The Fabric Clearance Shed sounds like, yeah. Anyway, so I purchased, the linen was going for $10 a metre. I'd been paying 30% off, $24 a metre. So you do the maths. I'm not going to. So I purchased this one. I love the aqua in this one. So this is a nice piece of, none of this has been washed because I've been hiding it, waiting to do the reveal. Bought this a few weeks back. So, I mean, I bought it all in mind, I think, for, I'm really scared to say it now, the Fernbird Dress. But I did. But I must say, I'm going to bring you closer. There we go. Well, let's get up close and personal. So, I quite like the aqua in that. I reckon it really highlights me. I quite like it. So, I got that one. It's $10 a metre, people. It's linen, 100%. 100% linen. $10 a metre. What the actual? That just scared the bajingas out of Mabel. She hates that noise. No, I don't think Willow's that impressed. See Willow? Right there. I don't think Willow's impressed with that noise either. There's the other one. I don't know if you can see. One's just slightly different from the other. Am I a bad person? Nah. It's already been made. I'm actually saving things, I think. Because I don't buy clothes. So it's either naked or I buy fabric to make clothes. Right. That's my justification. Like it? You can use it. I'll let you use it. So there's the blue, different blue in it, but of course, blue and me. I love the blues. So as you know, I made my first Fernbird dress out of the black cutaway of this. And again, this is like a purple blue. But again, it's got the aqua. It's got the aqua in it. I believe I got actually 3 meters of each of these. That means I can make not just the Fernbird dress, but I think I'll actually make a Fernbird top. You know, I can make more than just the Fernbirds. I just want you guys to realize that. Yeah, 3 meters. 3 meters of these. Nice, nice. And this is the last one. Last but not least, of the linens. So these are all 100% linen. All $10 a metre. Throw in some pink for fun, eh? That's quite pretty. Maybe I'm coming of an age where I'll actually wear more dresses. And when you find one that you think you look good in, until you see yourself, you think you look good in, you make them, eh? But like I said, I got 3 meters of these, so I don't need to, you know, you only need 2 meters for the Fernbird, and you need a meter if you're doing a contrasting frill, so 1.5 meters, basically, if you're including the frill in it. So then, if you all remember, cast your mind back to the yellow flamingo fabric shirt I made for Chris. Well, I bought it for me. I bought the fabric for myself, but he eyes stuff up. I don't know why I let him in here. He eyes stuff up and then I lose it. But in the meantime, I found out they still had at the Palmerston North Moorlands, they had the maroon flamingo fabric. And I like flamingos. So that's going to be for me. And I'm going to make a shirt dress. There you go. Which shirt dress, I don't know. There's a nice one in Stylearc that I have been admiring every time I pop in there and have a look. I have a fair few of my own patterns. I haven't actually edited that walk through my studio video vlog yet, have I? Because which means you don't know how many patterns I have. I must get to that. I think you're gonna have a lot of vlogs from me. I'm making up for not having much to say. We don't have enough to say. Anyway, so I've got a lot of shirt dress patterns, so but I will pop the Stylearc one up that I like. I cannot remember the name for the love nor money. Not even going to try and stand here for half an hour trying to think, because my brain has started to twist back on now, which is good. I had a good night's sleep last night due to the fact that we lost an hour anyway because of daylight savings. Chris thought he slept in. When he looked at the clock, it was 7 o'clock. He goes, oh, I've had a sleep in. Then he realised that the clocks had gone forward, that he actually lost an hour. He fell asleep on the couch. He got drained from apparently 3 grandchildren that went to school and to kindy and only had 1 baby at home 90% of the time, but drained. Poor old man. Anyway, so I'm going to make a shirt dress with this, I think. What do you think? Do you think I should make a shirt dress? The only thing with this is that it's 112. And the 112 goes, the pattern goes the grain line to grain line. It doesn't run up. So whatever I make has to be, it has to be grain line to grain line long. Yeah. I do not want my flamingos on their heads or on their bums. I want them that way. And, yeah. Oh, and I had the gardener come over the other day. God, I sound posh. I had a guy come and weed the garden that hasn't been weeded the entire winter season because I don't do gardening. I am not one of those lovely people that shows us the gardens at the end of their vlogs and their gardens are amazeballs. I'm not that person. I'd love to be that person, but I'd rather spend it in my sewing room. Mum has beautiful gardens. Mum's a gardener. She's a pot gardener now, not weed, not like marijuana pot. She's a she has pots, does pots. Who did she look at the other day that has a garden with pots, and she had the most amazing raised pots. I'm going to find her name and I'll put it in. I watched her vlog the other day because Mum was telling me about how amazing her pot garden was. Again, not marijuana, but yeah, so I had this guy show up and I actually ended up knowing him. That's how small this place is. Anyway, so I knew him from when the kids did karate, and he weeded 90, well, let's say 70% of the garden in a day. And there was a lot of stuff. He didn't realise how much there was. So he's got to come back. So I'm that much closer to showing you my pond. And when I say my pond, I mean Chris's pond. I did spend the time helping him build it and clean it and all that sort of stuff and refurbish it every year. But yeah, no, the pond. And it's going to be quite exciting because there's flamingos in it. I'm so excited to show you my I don't know, it's just about the flamingos. Anyway, I have prattled on enough about my my cloth gathering. Tell me what you think. Tell me which is your favourite. Quite keen to know which is your favourite. And I'll keep you up to date with the Fine Cloth Company and see where we go with that. And apart from that, I am 2 hours off going to collect Mum to go collect Danny from the airport, which is super exciting. So he's in the big bird now, flying over from Brisbane. And yeah, So stay well, stay warm, stay dry, stay cool, keep sewing. And maybe the next time I show you fabric will be when the Dahlia Society comes to my door and I have a little box to open. Maybe. That'd be good. That'd be good. Okay. See you later. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. That'd be fantastic. Hit the like button and hit the bell. That's a bell. Hit the bell and get notifications. Okay? And yeah, well, Chris said it all anyway at the door. I don't know if I'm going to cut that bit out. I probably won't. See you later.